Yo, I Respectfully Disagree podcast. We keeping this thing rolling in 2026. Got Avery with me, and then got Charles on the line. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
What's up?
Definitely appreciate y'all pulling up, man, especially on a Saturday. We got some football going in the background. He got his Ram stuff on. I should kick y'all out, man. Can't believe we lost.
It'd be all right. You'd be all right. Y'all, hey, man, when's the last time someone has repeated as Super Bowl champions?
That's fair.
So it's like you guys already were on, you had a huge mountain to climb, and it was, I'm not saying it was impossible, but it was improbable. So, you guys can, do like what the Chiefs did, lose one, come back and reload, and 2026 might be our year.
I hope so, man. They got a lot of things to figure out. Like I said, to me, in my opinion, we got too many weapons for the offense to be as bad as it's been.
Yeah, like AJ Brown.
God, it's a sensitive topic.
Yeah, I know.
But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, my first few episodes has been geared towards just mental health and having a more positive approach to the new year, a positive approach on life and things like that. And one night I was sitting up and I was just sitting here watching movies, and I started watching ATL. And literally I hadn't seen this movie in years. So when I'm sitting down watching it, sometimes you can watch and it feels like, you've seen it, but you so locked into it to where it almost feel like this is your first time watching it. So that's the mood that I was in. And I was just sitting here laughing and carrying on. And then Hustle and Flow came on. So I'm sitting there and it's like, my wheels are turning, and I'm thinking about how, like, while I was watching these movies, I wasn't thinking about nothing else. Like, nothing else mattered.
You were locked in.
Like, just a clear mind, and you just enjoyed the movie. So I was scrolling, and then I came across The Wood. And I think that's when my wheels really got to turning, because it made me start thinking about our childhood. So, Chuck, that's why I invited you on here, just to kind of give that confirmation, because that little click that they had, I felt like that was us growing up, and I could relate to it so much. So that's why I wanted to do this episode in terms of what movies do you feel had some form of influence or impact on your life, good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. There's no real criteria. Just some of your favorite movies. And if somebody asked you why, you have the ability to
explain,
get into the ins and the outs, and what references of certain movies made you think of certain things from your childhood. And for that brief moment while I was watching The Wood, bro, like, I was just sitting down here smiling and laughing and carrying on, and it kind of made me feel good. So I'm like, in terms of mental health and stuff like that, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So welcome to the podcast, fellas. Shout out to Grip already in the comments. The Rip just dropped on Netflix. I'm gonna have to check that. It's something else that's been people
His
been
and
talking
Hers.
about.
His and Hers. It's a TV show on Netflix, but I heard it's real good too.
We sat down and started it one night, but we old, so it wasn't on 15 minutes, and we was already like, "Hey, we'll try it tomorrow. We going to bed."
There's a lot of TV shows that have come out over the last couple of years that, like, I know you real big into like Power and stuff like that. Power Force. And
Tommy
stuff.
just finished last night too. Go ahead.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen a full season of it, and I only started watching it just because of TikTok. And it was the big baby Davis playing. So I had made a video. See you and Diamond, you've been playing games. And after that, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start watching this. So I've seen the first episode of the Power Force with Tommy when he first comes.
You gotta stop.
So
you can't do it. Don't do it. You gotta go back and watch Power.
So I gotta watch the original.
The original.
Okay.
Because that's gonna tell you how Tommy got to Force.
Okay. Okay,
So
I'll do that.
to get a better appreciation.
Do I have to watch the Raising? Okay, cool.
No.
As long as I got to watch Raising Kanan, or what about the other one? There's another one.
The one with Tariq.
Yeah, do I have to watch that?
No.
Okay, cool.
Like literally, like, and I know you're getting ready to say something, Chuck. So I'm gonna come back to you in just one moment. Here's the Power universe. Okay, once the Power universe ends, it branches to now you get the backstory of Kanan. So that's where Raising Kanan comes from. Then soon as Power ends, you get a story with Tariq and where he picks up, and then you get Force. So Force is directly after Power.
Gotcha.
So to get a better understanding and a better appreciation for everything, I highly recommend you watch Power. And I'm telling you, I really think you would enjoy it. As much TV and stuff that you've watched.
I've seen the first episode. I didn't. I got rid of Stars and I just stopped watching it. But I've seen the first episode. But after that, I didn't know it was that,
Because back in the day when it first started, I saw where a lot of people was talking about it and stuff like that, but I never got into it. And it wasn't until one night Angelina was watching it, and I come in and I saw them blow somebody's head pure plumb. I was like, what is this? Like, what are you looking at? And I've been locked ever since.
Gotcha.
So Chuck, I know you was getting ready to say something, man. What's going on, man?
Yeah. So just real short. When you text me about the wood, and like I told you, like that's another discussion, but I've been on my mental health journey for years. Like I've been talking to a therapist and everything. So I know I like this little series you're doing. But when you hit me up about the wood, honestly, when you brought it up, I hadn't seen it in a while. And so while I was sitting there when you text me, I started thinking about the wood, and I said, damn, there's a lot of parts that remind me of the childhood. I was just sitting there laughing.
Swear.
Like we said, I think she pretty. Like that one. I think she pretty. But anywho, when y'all talking about shows, honestly, with me, how life is for me right now, honestly, it's hard for me to sit down to look at new series. If I'm behind, I'm behind. Because like right now where I'm at, I've been on my hustling mode, been really like getting more of my spirituality, really been trying to heal myself mentally, physically, spiritually. So I've been reading a bunch of books and stuff like that. And a lot of times with me, I'll go back and see old movies over and over again. And like my wife would tell me all the time, you always see the old movies, but I say I get a message in it every time. Like it helps me. And so it has to be something that gravitates to me. I would say the last series I saw, or two I liked a lot. Of course, Welcome to Derry.
Yeah.
You put me on that because I told you I had to sit down and look at it. And then my nephew said something, his favorite horror villain was Pennywise. Pennywise. I said, okay, let me look at this. And then, yeah, I can see why. Pennywise.
Yeah, Welcome to Derry was tough, man.
Yeah, and then Predator Badlands I liked a lot. The new one. I like that one.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. We was just talking about Predator before we went live, and I saw where the new one is now on streaming. So I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't watched.
I know you. I think you have to rent it, and I got excited. I said, "Oh man, it's gonna be on," because I went and saw it by myself, and like, dude, it is great. Like, I can't praise it enough. But even in the Predator Badlands, I can relate to what they was trying to tell in the story. So that it has to gravitate me in. And I'm like with Avery, because Avery's telling me, like, you behind on stuff. He said, man, I don't know if I want to sit down. Look, you got stuff going on, and so it makes it hard to go back. So, this series we doing is good, man. I can't wait to break it down because I like stuff like this, and like I'm really curious to see what movies you guys picked.
Exactly. And like I said, it was just something that I thought of. Like we've always done what's your favorite or top 10 and that. Yeah. And I'm like, for this right here, I feel like this is such a personal topic to where there's no right or wrong because this is all how you interpreted these movies. And I feel like it'll lead to a fun conversation, us sharing different stories and things like that. Shout out to Corey on the live. He said above the rim, reminding him of playing at the park back in the day. So it's like little things like that. It just kind of, you just sit here and it's a feel good moment. And also, while I was watching these movies, and we'll chime in on this later on in the conversation, but in my mind, I'm like, bro, we don't even get nothing remotely close to that anymore.
Nope.
So it's like, what do these kids have that they can just sit down? And it's like, dude, I can tell you the time period. I remember when my mom and dad took us to our grandparents' house so that they could go watch New Jack City.
Mhm.
And I remember when New Jack City first came out on VCR and all that, we didn't have no business watching it.
It's
But
still-
you know how, your parents will rent a movie and you got to like the next day or however on the weekends, you got what, 2 days?
yeah, you got the entire weekend, and you
So-
bring it back on Monday.
These VCR tapes is just kind of sitting down. And as a kid, you curious, ain't nobody home, you pop it in and you look at it. So a lot of these movies that we saw, yeah, you can say it's a African American thing, but in reality, you think about the time period and how crack was introduced to the scene and the creativeness of all of that. Then you get Boys in the Hood, stuff like that. It was entertaining, but like you said, Chuck, it still had a message in it all. And it's like today, there's no creativity in terms of what do we have that identifies us? Where are the actors? Where are the directors? Who's the next Spike Lee, John Singleton? Like, where are these people at?
You got Ryan. Ryan
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah, I was even going to say Ryan Coogler might be.
Okay.
Yeah, Ryan Coogler
That's fair.
is probably the. I wouldn't say he's the next best thing. He is
Yeah.
him. Like
Yeah.
Sinners was
Awesome.
magnificent. Like I would be very upset if it doesn't win multiple Oscars. But I
It
know how Oscar season
Right.
is, so
Right.
I get it. But I just believe, in my opinion, it is the best film of the year.
It is. And Avery, I don't know if they had an award show already or not. I think they had come out.
They've had some. They haven't had the major ones.
Oh,
So they've had like the critic choice awards,
gotcha.
but
They
they haven't
had
had
last week or the week before. Or
I
something.
think it was the critic choice awards, and then I think they've done the Golden Globes.
That's
Those
what
are
it
the two.
was.
They haven't
That's
had
what
the Emmys. They haven't had the the Academy Awards. Those like
Okay.
the Emmy and the Academy Awards are the top tier ones.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out
would
to 3-6 Mafia.
say this. If he doesn't win the big awards, I wouldn't be so shocked. The reason why, what people don't know about Sinners, he owns a lot of the rights of Sinners.
Mm.
So the thing is, like, everything goes to him. Like him and Michael B. Jordan, it was like an independent film.
Yeah.
So the thing is, with Hollywood, they didn't really like that. And he's a darker shade too. I ain't trying to say racist stuff, but we know how it goes, man. And I'll explain that when we go to our list, because it's a movie that I really live by. And Adrian saw it a couple of years ago, but he didn't see it for so long. He said, "Wait a second." And I said, "Get you thinking."
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start because, like I said, this is a feel good conversation in my opinion, and I was kind of excited about having it. So my list is gonna be so random and out of like some of these movies is gonna tell my age. Go ahead. What's up?
I don't mean because y'all AD. You doing honorable mentions or you doing like just 5?
I have 2 that I'm gonna reference,
Okay.
and I'm gonna explain why these 2 movies would have made my list under other circumstances. But like I said, this is just a free conversation, bro. Whatever you want to talk about, the mic is gonna be open. Like I said, these are movies that stuck out during my childhood and my upbringing, and I want to just discuss some of the trips down memory lane that I had and ways that these movies impacted my life. Like seriously. So starting out, just an honorable mention for me. Remember the Titans. We went to see this movie as a basketball trip.
Mm-hmm.
The boys basketball team, the girls basketball team, and the cheerleaders took a field trip to go see Remember the Titans. During that time period, we're talking about, I didn't have no internet access. So unless you was just sitting in front of a TV, you had no idea what this movie was really about.
Mm-hmm.
So we go in and we sitting down watching this movie. And once you start getting into it and understanding the dynamics and what's going on, I really think that was a powerful movie. And Charles, you know for yourself, us growing up in a small town where it wasn't a lot of African Americans. That's why that movie hits home for me, because I feel like some people really don't understand that those are real life situations. You got a black family that moves to a predominantly white town, and nobody even knows if he's qualified for this position. You already condemn him just because of what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes in, he's the new sheriff in town, so to speak. Everybody wanted the other coach to be the head coach and things like that. So you don't even get a fair shake at it. But then in the end, when all of it comes together and you realize that there's way more bigger things than making this about race, there's a feel good message that comes from it. So that's why that was an honorable mention for me, because of us taking that field trip. It started out typical high school kids. We laughing and joking, playing around. Nobody's paying attention. But by that first 20, 25 minutes, now we all in there locked in and we watching it. So most definitely Remember the Titans. My next movie, again, I think this was what, the early 90s. When did Boys in the Hood come out?
I want to say either
92.
No, it was before 92. I want to say it's like 90, 91. It might be 89. I can look.
Damn, 89.
I think so.
I think it's right 91, 92. It's not 89.
I thought 92.
91.
91. So in 91,
because it did state, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, because it still had it was before the Clinton, the 92 election. So it showed George Bush and I forgot whoever his VP is. It had that in here showing who was still running for.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So 91.
So this movie in 91, I'm 7-ish. So I didn't watch it when it initially came out, of course. I didn't go to no movies or nothing like that. But I do know for a fact that I had watched Boys in the Hood prior to us getting to maybe like 5th or 6th grade. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you watching this movie, and for us, we had no idea about gangs and different things like that. But then you understood the dynamics of growing up in that atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want you to laugh at me, Chuck, but it's like sometimes I picture myself as Trey. When you think about our clique and us growing up and the different things that some of the different families and stuff had to endure, and it's like, y'all know, bro, I was a straight A student, go to school, make good grades and all this and that. And I had the pops that was firm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to go out there and rake the leaves. You're going to go out there and wash the car. Y'all used to come by and laugh at me, bro. Really think about it. I'm outside mowing and cutting grass because that's what my daddy got me out here doing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you watch Boys in the Hood, Trey mad because his daddy got him out here raking the leaves. You see what I'm saying? He wanted to go down the street with Doughboy and them, but he can't because he got to rake the leaves.
Was you getting suspended for fighting in school too? Because you know he got suspended for when he was in school. So I ain't from Africa. I'm from Crenshaw Mafia.
You're from Africa. Oh, yeah,
bro. That whole entire scene that escalated so fast. It's like, punk, I kick your ass.
Hey, that was
face. I'm like, damn.
Hey, B, that was kind of like
murder.
I didn't hear you. What?
It was kind of like you in 5th grade, because that's what me and you got cooled in, because I remember you switched classes.
I got in trouble. Look, hey, true story, y'all. Kevin's got a basketball game. So we're at Kevin's basketball game. And at that time, you know what I'm saying, our parents gave us a little leeway while the game is going on. We outside with our friends, or, I'm in a whole different section away from my parents. I'm not paying no attention to nothing that's going on. So we get home. My mama's putting the key in the door. I'm getting ready to walk in the house like everything's cool. Next thing I know, wow, My daddy slapped me from the back and his hand come across the side of my face. And I had no idea what it was about. So we're at the game. My 5th grade teacher comes to him and was like, I think Adrian is being distracted by some of his friends. I ain't gonna name no names, but in the classroom, they was being disruptive. I'm just laughing at what they got going on because we friends. It didn't impact my grades or nothing. The teacher said they didn't want me to be influenced by them, so they moved me to a whole different classroom. My pops interpreted that as I was in school showing out. He beat my ass. And Kevin put it on speakerphone for all his friends to listen. I will never forget that. So that is a true story, bro.
Boy, bad boy.
Hey, and I'm like, I didn't even do nothing. They just did that as a precaution. And hey, I got my ass whooped.
Pre-ass whooped.
So hell, Boys in the Hood might should be in my damn top 5. But no, good stuff. Real quick, I don't even know if y'all have ever seen this movie. It's an old movie. Now we into the top 5.
Okay.
At number 5, you remember the movie called Summer School? Mr. Shoop.
Summer School. Why does that sound familiar?
It's like Summer School came out in like the late 80s, bro. Look, I highly recommend y'all go watch it.
Never seen it.
Look it up.
Summer
it was
School.
about him taking all them badass kids. They felt like failures. They couldn't read.
Was
Half
that the
of them
Latin
couldn't
teacher?
write.
Was he a Latin teacher?
With Mark
No,
Harmon?
He was a white teacher.
Of the dude who played in NCIS, Mark Harmon.
Man, look,
Summer School?
Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Shoot. Now let me see it. Let me see it. Put it in the camera so Chuck can see it. Look.
I can't see it. I get on my phone because I can't.
They got the guy who plays in NCIS, Gibbs. Mark Harmon's
Bro,
yeah.
Summer School was such a classic movie for me, bro. And I'm telling y'all, this is the type of shit that I was sitting back watching.
Oh, yeah, it's been a long time since I saw it. Yeah.
So I'm saying, look, no shade at nobody, but it's like, bro, I just told y'all I'm the straight A student in school and shit. And everybody that I hung with, we all used to laugh because people couldn't read and this and that. So when I watched Summer School, it made me think about my peers
who had to go to summer school.
It was like,
I was one of them. Geometry. I was one of them. So I'm not gonna lie. I was in summer school.
But it was like, it was such a feel-good movie because by the end, they kept trying to get Mr. Shoot fired. But by the end, they realized how impactful he was and how he had helped each and every last one of these students, not only in school, but outside of school, life shit. Now, Summer School was a classic for me. So again, that was just one of them movies where it just made me appreciate people. And like I said, I just thought about my peers and stuff in terms of summer school and things like that. So number 4, House Party.
The original
one.
Because
House Party.
House Party.
What did you say?
The remake was.
No, I forgot about House Party. Yeah.
House Party.
House Party 1.
Boy.
Legendary.
Man.
I'm not gonna say any names because I don't know what the statute of limitations and stuff is, but it was like for us, and Charles, you can vouch for this. A lot of my peers, their parents worked. So oftentimes it's like, don't let nobody in my house. I'm gonna be gone, blah, blah, blah. I gotta work late. We wasn't listening to that shit. So we going to other people's houses doing any and every damn thing because we knew it wasn't no adult supervision.
Yeah. I've had that.
I couldn't do it because like now you bring up House Party bad memories when my day went down your house. My boy here.
I swear.
My boy here.
Looking for him. I'm sitting there like, bro, like this is real talk, man. And even with that, it's like, okay, again, I saw myself as a kid. I got this strict pops, and hey, can I go here? And the answer is no. My dad worked third shift. So oftentimes in my mind, I'm like, shit, 3 o'clock, he gone. I ain't got to worry about him till in the morning. So my mom, she works all day. She's going to bed early.
Mm-hmm.
When she go to bed, I'm do whatever I want
In these streets.
And it's like kid sneaks out the house. And there's, look, swear to God, there was one time I snuck out and bruh, I think I might have came home. It was probably like 3 o'clock in the morning on a school night.
Mm.
And my daddy left work early. And when I come around that corner and saw his car, man, my heart stopped. And we lived in a 2-bedroom duplex. So the only way you can come in is like you got to come through this main door. And that was the living room.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sitting right there.
Mm.
Where the fuck you been? Nah, oh my God. But it's like, long story short, when you think of house party, bro, like they was all in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was cool, cracking jokes, going back and forth. And it literally made me think about us growing up.
Was you getting bullied in high school like a kid though?
Nah.
You didn't get bullied like a kid though?
Nah,
They didn't pick
I ain't
you
have
up?
to worry about that.
You ain't had it, they didn't do it to you.
Hey,
Crush
I
you,
see
you know,
what-
stuff like that.
memories now. Because
Say that. I ain't hear you.
You bring on some memories now. Cause me and my sister was talking about this the other day. Man, I remember that time we all went to I don't know they call it Brick House or whatever in Paducah. I was
Yep.
and like the thing is, y'all ain't had no damn curfew. I did. So I'm trying to ride with y'all. We went to the same Brick House. That's the night Pierre's cousin got us in there because we weren't old enough. My sister was in there. My sister went home because she knew she had a curfew. She looked at me and said, ride with me, you better come with me because I'm not helping you if you get in trouble. So I sit there. I said, damn. I get tired of them calling me out and shit. And that's when she left. So I knew when I went home. It was like around 3 o'clock. When I got home, mama was sitting. I see her shadow in the kitchen. I knew I was a teacher. My sister sit there. I knew you was in trouble. I just didn't say because she went home. She said, where your brother at? I don't know. She wasn't supposed to be there either, but she was there. I'm to the light. Man,
God, swear, bro. That, so like y'all was from the city, bro. So it's like sometimes I'm curious to know the dynamic of the type of freedom that y'all had growing up here.
I would tell you this, mine was different from your wife's because I live in a single parent home. My mom and dad had split at this point.
Mhm.
So, and I stayed with my mom predominantly throughout my, middle and high school. There was some times where I did stay with my dad, and my dad was a little bit stricter. I will say that. But when I stay with my mom on weekends, my mom worked 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She was a nurse. So at 6 p.m., bro, I could do whatever I wanted. We had the parties, the house parties. We didn't go to house parties. The house party was at my house. I'm talking about, and my brother would do things like he would be an idiot about it and smoke in the house. Like, bro, why are you smoking in the house?
Leaving all the evidence.
Yeah, leaving evidence. And like he would do dumb shit like, excuse my friends, he would do dumb things like get like her air freshener, not air freshener, like her hairspray or like hair products and rub it on the wall. Like that's somehow masked the scent. Like it used to be dumb things like that I have to contend with. But yeah, bro, I'm talking about, we had some, some moments, some jump offs, some things like that. But yeah, with the exception of one time, she came home early, and I'm in here.
A whole different level of fear.
I'm in here with this chick, and I see those lights. Pull through the driveway, and my heart sunk.
That is,
and I'm like,
boy.
oh my goodness, what am I doing? What am I gonna do? And I just seen that window. I opened it and I pushed her out. And when I pushed her out, her pants were not even all the way up. I felt bad. I'm not gonna lie, but I ain't seen her since. we were young, man. We were both in our 15, 16 at the time.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, now that I'm older and I got kids of my own, and I'm just sitting there thinking about the freedom and stuff that we had growing up in a small town. And it's like everybody knows everybody. So that trust factor was there because it's like, all right, I told you. And it kind of makes me feel like a bad person in a sense. It's like my mother knew that I was a good student. I made good grades. They knew that I was going to make the right choices. So she was more lenient on when I came back in the house and things like that. Oh my goodness, what are they doing? My bad.
Josh
We sitting there
Allen.
watching
Oh
this
my
game.
God, he's point shaving.
So in terms of her trusting me to be out late, she knew that I wasn't gonna get into too much trouble. So she was kind of lenient.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying when you start thinking a house party and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, kids snuck out, but everybody, where was everybody else's parents at? Because he wasn't the only high schooler at this party. So it made me think about our childhood because we used to go to different people's houses and no adults was there. And as long as we didn't turn nothing up in the house, we was in there cooking, calling people, y'all come over here, this and that. Like, bro, like we was really just doing things that we shouldn't have been doing at our age.
Yeah.
So house party. So then here goes another classic. Ain't gonna be a long story. License to Drive is my number 3. That to me was a classic movie. Charles, you know for yourself, all of us was so ready to get our permits and get our license. And for us, we could leave school to go take the test. You just had to come back.
Gotcha.
So that time period, you know, all of us, we born in October. So every week, somebody was going, I passed my test. Everybody coming back with their permits and their driver's license and stuff. So did you get your driver's license right away? So I think you came in.
Because, you know, I'm older than y'all.
So that's what I'm saying. So then Corey came in. Corey had his, I got my L's. So I've been sitting here practicing. Okay. I go to take the driver's test. And I messed up on my turnabout.
I remember that.
So that's an automatic disqualification.
Damn.
I didn't know this.
Damn.
They let me finish the test and everything.
Wow.
So I pulled back up. Fail. Dude, my heart was broke. I did not pass. And it made me think of the License to Drive movie because everybody was so excited and he lied saying that he passed. And in reality, he failed. And I was like, nah, License to Drive was dope for me. But dude, I failed my driver's test
on your first
automatic
attempt.
Disqualification because she said that when I backed up, I got in the other lane a little bit. So if I crossed over, if there was a car turning, I would have hit a car.
Gotcha. Automatic
disqualification. So then I had to outsmart their ass because I don't know if you remember, my granddaddy had that big old Lincoln. I took my test in that Lincoln the first time. So I went and asked Miss Eloise. Shout out to Miss Eloise. She had a Camry. That was back when that Camry was real small.
Yeah, much more,
and I took the test in her Camry, and I ain't had to worry about that motherfucker backing in and messing up. So shout out to License to Drive. Number 2, it better be on one of y'all lists. Juice.
Yeah.
Juice to me is a classic.
Juice is on my list, yeah.
And it just, when you watch that movie, bro, it just take you down memory lane. In my opinion, it's like, bro, we all would just hang out and you could kind of see in each character somebody in our clique. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a classic movie. Skipping school. We didn't ever skip school for real, but it was like just us going around being goofy kids, just going around the town and just doing stuff. And then there were certain nights where we would go do stupid shit, go knock on people's houses, take off running. If anybody's listening to this, real quick, I'll never forget. We went to Kim's house one night and we started knocking on the door and taking off running. and her mama came and she was sitting there cussing us out, doing this and doing that. And we started pulling the siding off the house. Like
wow.
we sitting there delinquents, bruh. And then next thing I know, out of nowhere, Kim came with a knife and jumped off that porch and started chasing after us. And it was just like, bruh, that's the type of stuff that we was on. And that's why I feel like dog Juice to me just
when I was in high school, my freshman year, after because I played, but I had got hurt. And after you get hurt, there's no point. I'm not about to come to the game, suit up and up for all that. But I would go to the parties and stuff. And I was only freshman who would hang out with these people. And we were able to travel because, you know, I played with the Valley. You live in this area. So we were traveling PRP, Valley Station, this area. And we would egg houses. That's what we used to do. Well, one night we, you know, had I want to say at least 6-7 dozens of eggs. This is back when eggs were cheap. let me preface this by saying this is back when eggs were affordable. So we had eggs and we were load up the van. I had just broke my collarbone. So I'm just along for the ride. I'm not throwing anything, but I'm just along for the ride. And we're right there by Valley High School. And we make that, I want to say that right turn to Valley Station Road. And as soon as we make that right turn, we get pulled over. It's the police. And reports of a van that we were in been caught egging houses. I mean, it's been going on for several weeks, and they finally caught us. They made us pull over to say, we know who your coach is. Instead of telling who your coach is, what we're going to do is we're going to get everybody out of the car. What you're going to do, you're going to walk about 15 feet that way. You're going to stay right here. You guys going to play catch for the rest of the night. And they made them play catch with all those eggs. And ever since then, you can go egg no houses, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was in my collar. Just like I said, I just broke my collarbone, so I'm laughing. They didn't make me do it, but yeah. After that, never again.
It's crazy.
That was the delinquent stuff that we get into as
right.
high school and stuff. But I also did cut school though. Like my junior year, I probably cut 65% of the time.
So see, y'all in a bigger place,
and
y'all...
it was different too because at that time period. Things like truancy, officers, truancy, that stuff did not, at least at Valley. I don't know how it was at Central and Male, but Valley was, you know, East Side High, basically. You know, lean on me, East Side High. And if you play sports like I did, you got away with certain things that other people couldn't.
Oh, you definitely had perks.
Exactly.
If
one of the perks was, I passed all my classes and stuff because I knew the work. But I didn't have to show up. I did all the tests. I passed the test, but the homework and stuff for the most part.
Nah, you definitely got the perk. So I understand y'all. I apologize. I got winded and sitting here talking and carried on. But like I said, this was important to me because, like I said, it put me in such a positive mental space. We've already discussed The Wood. The Wood is my number one.
Yeah.
The Wood is such a classic on so many levels. And when I tell you, Charles, you can vouch for me, I would never go to our school dances. I would never go. I didn't know how to dance. In my mind,
no dancing ass.
I didn't know how to dance.
Slim, do it.
But listen to me though, because I put so much pressure on myself thinking that when you go to a dance, everybody's literally dancing, not realizing that half the time everybody just standing around.
Yeah.
True story, bro. The first dance I ever went to, me and Corey, I don't know who else was with us. We went to Paducah to the Civic Center. Some girls from out of town had invited us. And when I walked in there, this girl asked me to dance. And I swear on my kids, it literally turned out like the scene from The Wood. They was moving so fast. They was doing something. I don't even know what they was doing. And here I am with this little side to side little bop. And we was not in no kind of connection nowhere. And she just walked away. And when I tell you that I was determined.
That would hurt my heart, man.
I was determined to get some form of rhythm from that day moving forward. I was in Paducah at the Civic Center and got embarrassed because I didn't know how to dance. So it makes you sit there and think about The Wood. or us going through puberty, and when we finally started cracking eggs, and them scenes where they were sitting there with the jar talking about who gonna crack first and this and that, like that scene alone was such a classic. And everybody sitting there begging, trying to get some. And he's like, man, you let that nigga Terry ball.
I know I look better than him.
He's sitting there talking about blue balls and everything. And it's like,
and we've all experienced that at some point.
That is
one
the
way or another.
worst.
Yeah.
When
Oh
I
my
tell you
God,
that's
that
the
pain.
worst type of pain,
Oh my
bro.
goodness. Like I told you, like when it happened, I had to sleep with a frozen pack of peas. Like it was that bad, bro.
I didn't know what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't realize that's what it was.
That's what that would be what it come to. Yeah.
So you got to think, bro. I'm a teenager, and we at that age where we sitting there trying to talk our way into it, and I feel like such a horrible person. I ain't even gonna say no names or nothing like that, but it's like you was just sitting there so persuasive, where you just sitting there damn near begging, and different little foreplay, doing different little things. You did everything but it, and you was trying your best to lead up to it. And bruh, when I tell you my whole lower abdomen, everything was just sitting there hurting. Cause bro, we talking about at least a good hour done went by.
Trying.
And I'm like, bro, I didn't know why I was in so much pain. And come to find out, that's what it was, bro. So The Wood is my number one,
that's
man.
I'm gonna go ahead and run through my list. I'll be honest, I don't got just 5. Like I got
the floor is open, man.
Yeah, I got way more than that, and that's just because I've movies is what I grew up on. That's what that's what I'm passionate about more than anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up real quick and pull my list out because I got a whole list of this. So for me, I actually have 15.
Damn.
I got 15, but I'll make a lot of honorable mentions and do it like that. And I'll explain the reasons behind this. My first honorable mention is going to be Menace to Society.
Okay.
And I put that on there just because my family's from California, and I remember the stories they've told me, and I remember driving back into the area, driving to Watts before when we visited, and seeing the same projects that are being portrayed on the TV, on the movie screen in real life. And it's like, oh man, that's just dope to see on TV. But obviously, the struggles that Kane went through. So that's one. Another honorable mention is Soul Food. And I bring up Soul Food for 2 reasons. One, when that movie first came out, I feel like there was a resurgence of Black families starting to get back together on Sundays to have Sunday dinner. If it was something that, because we used to have like go to church and then after church go meet for dinner, but it was never a thing where we got the entire family together on Sundays and have dinner together. That, and then 2, there were some certain scenes on that, and I remember vividly that I remember we were growing up, my mom and my Aunt Doris, we were over at my Aunt Doris's house, and we're watching the movie, and then out of nowhere she's like, you guys go upstairs real quick. Like, what? We didn't know anything about it, and we go upstairs, come back, scene's over. It wasn't until maybe 2-3 years later when I'm watching Soul Food on my own, I understand why she sent us upstairs. She sent us upstairs when Lynn was cracking bird in the kitchen. She sent us upstairs when what was his name? Damn it, I forgot the damn Terry's husband was cheating on with cousin Faith in the movie theater. Those are 2 things she sent us upstairs for. It's like, oh, okay. Now I get it. Y'all trying to, shelter us from these scenes. So it's
close your eyes.
Yeah.
Close your eye. No, you stay there. Close your eye. Know you peeping through your hand.
It's like I want to say I was probably 10 or 11 when I first seen it by myself. I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. Another movie, and because growing up, I was a singer, and I don't sing as much as I used to. But I have my reasons.
I knew you was an Al B. Sure looking
Give
mug.
us a note.
I was a singer, and you can ask anybody I grew up with. I was good. I was very good.
Keith Sweat, R. Kelly, or
No, I wasn't no R. Kelly, Keith Sweat. I was more like a
Boys and Man, the Deep
yeah,
Boys.
Drew Hill. Drew Hill was my favorite group. Drew Hill was my favorite group. Cisco, thong song. But 5 Heartbeats.
Ooh, that was a good one going on.
The 5 Heartbeats. The 5 Heartbeats. I used to be able to. I can't do it now, obviously, but I knew that movie from start to finish. And it was something that I actually, when I auditioned for concert choir, I used a scene or one of the songs from that movie. And that's how I got in only freshman in high school to join the concert choir was from that. And it just, I get 5 Heartbeats, probably one. I think it's better than Temptations personally, but people. So
5 Heartbeats is way better than Temptation.
see, thank you. So, it just
I ain't got no dog in this fight, guys.
you never seen 5
Heartbeats
Heartbeats?
I
classic.
haven't seen either one of them.
Case, he's not what he seems.
Oh yeah. Hey man. Okay, so here's the scene what we're singing right now. You got JT Matthews, and you got this new singer Flash, who's now singing lead in the group called the 5 Heartbeats. And Flash is currently singing. JT is like basically seeing this dude take all his women, take all the fame from him. So out of nowhere, a solo song that Flash is supposed to be singing, JT Max comes in and he makes it a duo, and he's singing to this one chick in the audience. Mind you, this chick is next to her
husband.
and they are serenading this chick. And you got this dude who got his arm around her originally, takes his arm around her, like, hold on, bitch, what the fuck you doing here?
Look, y'all gonna make me have to.
And I'm talking about, he's singing, and she somehow has an orgasm, pass out.
Yeah.
Husband walks the fuck off. Like, ain't this what this is?
The movie classic, Eddie Kane. Dang.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro, the movie it's a serious movie, but it's funny as hell. It's funny as hell.
So that's why it brings back the question, and like I said, we'll talk about it at the end. But it's like, why don't we get stuff like that no more?
No.
Like, I understand in a more modern sense, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, they attempted this type of stuff, maybe Dreamgirls, stuff like that, or is it not the same?
I wouldn't put Dreamgirls in. Dreamgirls for 2000 and
I would it was around 2000, but I put Dreamgirls
2009, 2008, 2009.
Yeah, it was like a reimagination of Sparkle.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm just saying, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, I think, in a sense,
I think I would say the Tyler Perry films. Would you consider those type of films? Ooh, fumbled again, by the way. Anyway, we'll hop on to it. Let me finish it real quick. So next I got Coming to America.
Oh wow,
Coming to America, and it doesn't have any significant like. I watched this movie and it reminds me of something. It's just a movie that I remember watching over and over and over again, because at one point we had lost a lot of our films, like the VHSs got stolen, and there was only like 2 or 3 movies, and the next couple of movies are actually going to be on that list that I still had. And Coming to America was one of those movies, and I watched it faithfully because we didn't have cable TV at the time. We was fortunate to have what we had, but it was, it was rough. So Coming to America. This next one, I don't know if you may have seen it. Charles, you might have seen it. It's called Fresh.
Hell yeah,
I remember it, but I'll have to refresh my memory.
He was his dad played chess with Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, Samuel Jackson's dad.
Fresh was I like Fresh.
Yeah, Fresh it's by the same character who plays Mike, the young Mike in The Wood.
Gotcha. Like I said, no, I remember it, but it's like I said, it's been so long, I'll probably have to sit back and watch it.
So
I even watched 187 the other night.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you my top 5 though. So at 5, I'm gonna throw Juice in there.
Most definitely.
Juice is in my
top 5. As long as it's
5.
in the top 5.
Juice is in my top 5.
Good.
Reason why Juice is in my top 5 is like Tupac was my favorite, and he wasn't not just the fact that he was able to rap was one thing, but he was just so talented to see him perform as an actor and him portray the psychopath that Bishop was, because in the beginning, bro, he was just a normal, I won't say normal, but you know, a teenage kid out here living with his friends, the wrecking crew, and then to see him get that gun and that gun changed his entire personality.
That gun put that battery in his
God,
back.
he had that Green Goblin voice in his head. I was like, this is insane. That scene with him when he first he has the gun, and of course they've already killed the boy. What is his name? Raheem. Raheem has already been shot. They go to school, and you got Q's at the locker. And that scene when he closes the door and you have right there, what's up? That entire dialogue between those two is probably some of the best acting I've seen, not just from a rapper, but in general. Like, it was freaking amazing.
That movie was tough, man.
It was like
Steel was my favorite character. I don't care what nobody says, dog. Steel,
you gotta get it right, dog.
Steel was really, really how people were like, that dude knew he was some deep crap. He started crying and stuff. Shut up, Steel.
I don't know nothing.
Yeah,
I don't know nothing.
Oh,
Sitting there lying. I was doing the oochie coochie, my friend. Man.
Oh man.
Nah, Juice is a classic, bro. Go ahead, my bad.
All right, so that was my number 5. My number 4 is New Jack City.
Okay.
So New Jack City, and I was a big Wesley Snipes fan already, but to see him play a villain, like, Wesley Snipes is one of those few actors who can cross over and play both sides. He can be the protagonist, he can be the antagonist. And to see him portray a villain and someone who is so cerebral as Nino Brown, where he's able to basically like control every scene that he's in with a level of intimidation, but at the same time, there's elegance behind it. This man, he told him, sit your $5 ass down before I make change. Like, that scene actually was created one of the greatest television scenes of all time from the Martin series when they recreated that scene. And it's like seeing that, like, I was watching Martin, and to see that scene play out again on TV, it's like, oh man, this is amazing.
I think the courtroom was one of my favorites, bro.
You think the courtroom?
Kareem. He started adjusting his suit.
He said, Miss Hawkins.
He's like, if I'm gonna go down, everybody going down. And I was just like, bro, like, again, like you kind of said, Chuck, in terms of Steel, it's like, all right, you was this big, powerful kingpin, everything's getting ready to hit the fan, and then all of a sudden you just flip.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I get it. All right.
So here's my 3. My number 3 is gonna be Life.
Ooh,
Life. Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, that entire film. Now, mind you, this is probably one of the funniest movies ever made. But as I got older, it's also one of the saddest movies I've ever made, because you start to think like people really went through that, where they were unfortunately accused of a crime that they commit, and they lost their entire lives over that. So to see the different the ensemble of actors, Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, Bernie Mac.
Yeah,
I think it was the first time that Anthony Anderson was ever in a film. Bokeem Woodbine, who played Can't Get Right. He had all these talented actors all on the same screen, and it's like it was just fantastic. And the story behind it was dope too. Hell, freaking what's his name? Rick James was in the damn film. I didn't know that until later in life, because he played Spanky Johnson. I didn't know that.
Right hand of God. Life was on the other night because I don't know if y'all got Amazon Prime,
Mhm.
and I have to catch myself sometimes. So like when the movie go off, something else automatically starts.
Yeah.
And it's based on
Your
what
preferences.
you was
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at. So Life came on, and I heard Spanky Johnson talking. I'm sitting there half asleep, and it made me. I said, "Man, that's the same voice from the Chappelle Show."
Mhm.
And that's when I realized,
It
like
was-
literally
It was
this
Rick-
week,
Yeah, it was Rick
I
James.
did not have any clue that was Rick James.
I didn't
Literally,
know that's Rick James.
did not have any clue.
Please. Oh,
Him and Eddie Murphy are really good friends. You know,
oh
when
yeah, 'cause they done that. They did that. They did that album together.
yeah. So like, I knew that was Rick James, but like I said, I come from a
Didn't know.
family though. So like, you know, we and they looked at, hey, look at Rick James right there. You know, we knew who he was. You know,
So
Yeah.
look, let me ask y'all this for you going to your top two. If you had to pick, you can only pick one. You can only pick one.
Mhm.
You taking Life or Harlem Nights?
I'm taking Life,
I don't know, man. Harlem Nights.
and I don't mean to say that so fast because I love Harlem Nights. I just love Life a little bit more.
I like Life, but like Harlem Nights, man.
Harlem Nights.
I was
Harlem Nights the
the
truth.
other night, I said something to my wife where like Red Fox character and the other woman, they were arguing. Why you drink all the thing? Run, shut up, bitch. Like I was sitting there, Daedra said, she was saying to me, like, why you drink all the juice and put a little bit in there? You know what? Drink all of that, this and that, or like Arsenio Hall, when he was crying and something was shooting.
Put that little motherfucker up
Quick! I'm gonna kill you. Oh my god!
Oh man.
Word. My bad. I ain't mean to sidetrack.
No, but it's
dog.
just that. Don't get me wrong. I love that movie, but the fucking scene from Life when they go from, "Hey, I'm looking for Slim. You found him." And they go down to our gambling, and then he, "Hey, where that girl at? What girl? What do you mean, what girl? Next time I come here, what a bitch, I start choking." Like that shit right there is ingrained in my
Yeah.
skull. Him and then the watch. That's my dad. Say one more time. Don't you came and say, you better say a little clock around me.
That's a classic,
Ah.
man.
All right. So actually, I left off an honorable mention that I forgot to mention. Friday.
Okay.
Your Friday's on there. And I think like I think everyone in the black community should watch a film like that. Friday, in my opinion, is Ice Cube's best film.
Ooh.
I think it's better than the Barbershop series. I think it's better than Higher Learning.
Ooh.
I don't consider Boys in the Hood Ice Cube's movie. I consider that John Singleton's movie.
That's fair.
Mm,
So that's how I'm looking at that. I'm not saying because I would put Boys in the Hood is mine too, by the way. But I would put Boys in the Hood. Actually, no, take that back. The Woods too, because Boys in the Hood is one. But we'll get to that. But yeah, Friday is, like I said, it's more of a.
I almost put Higher Learning on my list.
You did.
I almost did.
Higher Learning was a good movie too.
It was a magnificent movie, bro. And like I said, even with that, it's like I'm going off to college.
Mm-hmm.
You start experiencing different things. You see the different cliques, the different groups, and the
Going
different
into
things.
Fraternity, sorority, that whole thing, how that
And it's
clicked
like
up.
that in its own self to me was just a powerful movie, and it had influence on how I saw the world,
Mhm.
and it helped me. And that's why I'm saying that's why I wanted to do this episode, because it's like, what movies really helped us, even though we know it was a movie.
Mhm.
Once you watched it and you understood the message that was being delivered, and you saw the scenes, and then once you step out here in the real world and you really see these things, it helped you put those puzzle pieces together. You said Boys in the Hood.
So The Woods, my number 2.
Okay.
The Woods, my number 2 movie, and just like how you guys are, we all have friends at the whole community in the area who you hung up with, you grew up with. And when I was in high school, we all was like, "Hey, man, we ain't smashed nothing yet," So we all aiming for that. That's what we were shooting for. And we went to go see this. What we walked this place called Broadway Cinemas. This is years ago. It's I want to say whenever the year it came out, we went to go see it in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And Broadway Cinemas was I want to say where you know where Central High School is at.
Yeah.
Okay, so right there where that Wendy's and McDonald's is at on Broadway,
Mm-hmm.
that's where Broadway Cinemas used to be at. And we walked from 44 from River Park all the way up to Broadway Cinemas to watch it and then walk back. And we walked, when I say we, the whole neighborhood went. We all got tickets. It was packed. There wasn't a single seat empty in the house. And just that reminded me of a time of when we were able to live in a community where we felt safe enough to do things like that, because you wouldn't catch me dead walking on 44th from River Park after 4 p.m. You're like, I'm not walking in the West End for nobody. I barely like going over to my parents' house. I barely like going over to the family's house after a certain time period just because it's not safe in the West End no more. But it reminded me of a time where things were we were just, a lot more innocent. And we were able to do more. But nowadays it's not like that. And then I left off several movies for different reasons that I still feel like these are my favorites, but it just
trust me, it's endless movies.
Yeah. Because like I would say movies that I've watched that I just think they're just fantastic or great. Some are considered the best, like Terminator 2, Independence Day, stuff like that. Demolition Man. What people don't know, there was a scene in Demolition Man that was filmed actually here. That first scene when they blew up Simon Phoenix's lair, that actually the actual building itself was blown up, was in Louisville. So that was dope to see. But my number one is Boys in the Hood.
Okay.
And mind you, I didn't go see Boys in the Hood when it first came out because
none of us had. Hell.
But when when I became of age to get it on VHS, I watched it, and it was just so impactful on me as a child. Because, like I said, you put yourself as Trey, I put myself as Trey, but also Ricky, because I also play sports. But I could also pass the ACT, SAT, which he did too. But I knew how to swerve. You ain't gonna just shoot me. But at the same time, there was a lot of pressure of growing up in a household where I lived at, and there was times where I did have to go move in with my dad, and when I moved in with him, it was nothing like living with my mom. There was a set schedule. When you get up, you're going to eat breakfast before you go to school. You're going to make sure you do X, Y, and Z when you get home from school. You had chores. You had a bedtime. All that stuff that, Furious Styles was trying to impart in Trey. My dad did the same thing in me. And while I never had a situation where I lost friends to gun violence and things like that, we did have times where we've lost friends to them getting arrested or, drug related, where, they were smoking drugs and I decided to move on. But Boys in the Hood for me was my most impactful film for me.
Good stuff. Then shout out to Jay on the live. Does the 5 Heartbeats not get any love?
It
was referenced, man.
Yeah, I mentioned that. We sung the damn song and everything.
All right. Like I said, Charlie, I hate that we've been sitting here carrying on and it kind of puts you at the end. And I hate that because we've been on here for an hour. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, to me, it's such a feel good conversation, man. So, Chuck, the floor is yours, man. You can take however long you want, man.
Good list from both of you guys. You know what I'm saying? Adrian brought us some movies. I forgot. House Party. I said, dude, I was kid. Like that was me.
House, you know what? It was. It
was me. Because, man, let me tell you, when I went home, like, your ass is mine. I heard that on how many. So, hey, that was me. Most definitely. But anywho, I'm gonna do my honorable mention, my list. So the movies that I have are a little bit different than you all. But the thing is, like, I still go to movies today, and to me, it was like molding my life. and my personality. So I want to say this right now. Shout outs to my dad for some of these movies.
Okay.
Because of him, it molded me. But I'm gonna do the honorable mentions real quick. Number one, I told Adrian about this. I made a song about it. I really do believe that that's me, and it's old. The cartoon movie A Boy Named Charlie Brown. That right there, because Charlie Brown. Adrian never seen the Peanuts, but Charlie Brown was me. Charlie Brown.
You never see any of the Peanuts movies?
Nope.
Charlie Brown was a clumsy dude. Charlie Brown was around the it crowd, but they always picked on him and said, "Man, you blockhead. Why you think like it?" And like the whole time I wasn't like bully on like that, but I was in the clique where I think differently. I talk weird. They would say, "Oh no," or like, you know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't do things that Adrian did. Like for instance, the clumsy part. You remember we took that group picture in high school and I knocked down the whole. So
he ain't lying.
So yeah. So the thing with Charlie Brown's was he was trying to find something he was good at, and so he did the spelling bee. So he made it all the way to the end of the championship, and he finally got this attention on him. He said, "I finally found something that I can hold my own." And so at the end, he got all these big words correct, but then they asked him to where he can win the championship, spell Beagle from his dog. He said, "Beagle? Beagle." They pointing, this is simple. You got Snoopy. Dude didn't get it, and he didn't win the championship. Boy, they all clown on him. You blockhead, this and that. And like he said, good grief. And like he was depressed, but then he said he shook it off. He said, "Man, this happens in life. I'm gonna keep on being me." So like Charlie Brown, A Boy Named Charlie Brown was my life. And my daddy put me on Charlie Brown because that was his nickname. My auntie was Snoopy. My other auntie was Lucy. So that's the reason why I gravitated to Charlie Brown, because Charlie Brown is still. So that's one. The other honorable mentions, it's not on my top list, and I'll tell you why. I mean, Coming to America for humor. It was always humor in my household. Like if you're going through a lot of crap, humor helps you out a lot.
I agree with that.
Yeah, laughter is the best medicine.
We didn't have no business. I don't know if Kevin is still on here watching, but it was like, bro, we used to sit down every Friday at 11 p.m. Me, Mama, and Kevin, and watch Def Comedy Jam. And we already know that was raunchy comedy.
Def Comedy Jam. That takes it way back.
Every Friday, bro. Ooh. Go ahead.
So with Coming to America, it was like, it was a lot of parts that I could gravitate to. You know what I'm saying? But when you're a kid, you laughing, but when you get older, you understand the parts. Like the parts like when we're talking about, when they're talking about Muhammad Ali. You know, hey, y'all forgot Cassius Clay. Yeah, Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, blah, blah, blah. I guess no man ain't talking about Rocky Marciano. He beat Joe Lewis's ass. That's right. He beat Joe Lewis's ass. Like we sitting there, like how we talk today is like we can talk about them things, and like it gets you away from your problem because they was in poverty. So like you could tell the laughter, even the preacher. That's my favorite part. That and the singing.
Sexual chocolate.
And like the preacher part is like I went to church when I was a kid because my dad was a pastor, right? I went to some of the church where you said, "Man, dude, full of shit." You couldn't say it when you was a kid though. That's why I like Drewski's skit. You know,
that skit was
that.
We'll talk about it.
I do have a question for both of you guys because I know you guys did not grow up in the city. Did you guys? Oh, we threw another pick. Hey, Josh Allen, point shaving. Anyway, did you guys? Because you mentioned the barbershop scene in Coming to America. Did you guys have a predominantly black barbershop that you go to, or did you guys have like cut your own hair? How'd that work? Because I think cut my hair growing up, and there was a barbershop, and that we go to. And we had that. We had that camaraderie of a black barbershop where you had people in there joking, sharing bootleg movies. You had, the crackhead come in every so often. Freddie G. I mean, you had that. Did y'all have that?
Pre-freshman year, who cut your hair?
Ronnie Gray.
we had people in the neighborhood because nobody was a certified damn barber.
Okay, gotcha.
JoJo used to cut my hair.
JoJo, no, my dad's cut JoJo's hair. Box fades was in. No, Dave was good at that.
And the reason why JoJo quit cutting my hair, you remember them rat tails? I used to have a real long rat tail.
He cut your tail,
and I don't know what he was on. I didn't even catch that reference. Now I swear I'm not making this up. That ain't Coming to America.
it'd be $8.
I swear he used to come to the house, and literally like that particular day, because I used to have beads on it and everything, and Mama had took everything out, so it had been combed out, and I don't know what he was thinking about, but when he cut my hair, clipped it. And man, they was so mad. So then Kevin started cutting my hair. When I tell you, Kevin used to turn me up, bro. I went to school, man. I had all kind of scars and scratches. Man, look, one time he tried to carve my initials. He's like, man, I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna carve your initials. Man, they clown me so bad at school, man. They clown me so bad. But then I want to say maybe. No, because I had braids.
Okay.
When did it had to have been 7th grade? I started going to Union City to Mr. Hank.
We all went there.
And that's when we started getting introduced to a black
barbershop culture.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
right.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, because you brought up Coming to America, the barbershop. It's like, well, you guys are from, that time did you even have that?
Nah, there was some fresh neighborhood cuts.
Yeah.
Everybody line up. You go, man, go look at our damn school pictures and shit. Everybody hair was jacked up. My bad. Go ahead, Chuck.
And like I said, the Coming to America, and then the part where Eddie Murphy talking about he looking for somebody that don't want his money and stuff like that. I can relate to that until I got, when I got married. Like that's how I was. Like, dude, you remember we was in UK, and that woman girl said, I don't date nobody unless they got Air Force Jordans in their feet. So, well, you won't have me then, because I used to wear Chuck Taylors all damn time. I said, man, fuck you. I don't care about that.
I mailed all that shit back home.
Yeah.
I only date dudes who wear Jordans or Air Force. I had all kind of Iversons and T-Mac. Man, box this shit up. It's gone.
The last one, shout out to Mr. Johnson. Shout out to Mr. Johnson, because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Ben-Hur. I don't know if you remember, but he showed Ben-Hur in high school. And we all
talking about the original one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Charles from Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
So like
got you.
And
Charles Heston.
Yep, me and Corey was in there, we was hooked. Cause man, don't cut it off. But the thing is, the movie Good Kids biblical for one, but for two, it showed like you can't have hate in your heart, and you gotta keep your faith with God God will make everything okay. It's like God's around you all the time when you need him without you even knowing it. And I look at that movie all the time because I feel like we are like Ben-Hur. So people did us wrong and did us dirty, and we always getting the short end of the stick. And we still keeping our faith that God will bring us through. And so it's one movie that really touched me. And I shout out to Mr. Johnson, man, because he put that on. I've been hooked ever since. I own the Blu-ray. I used to look at that shit all the time. So that's my
remake.
Huh?
You like the remake of it?
Didn't see it because I didn't want to. I heard the reviews bad, so no, don't spoil it for me. I said no.
Yeah. You just don't even.
Yeah, I like the original. Well, but here's my top 5. Okay. First one. Shout out to Dad. So I like music so much, didn't know it was playing into me. I had a Teddy Ruxpin doll playing Run DMC, King of Rock, LL Cool J, Crush Groove.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's a cut right there too.
Classic, cause like, dude, like with me is like I'm into music tough, but like all the people I looked up to and I found out later on they was all in Crush Groove. How Crush Groove was created, because it was a story of Russell Simmons, but just seeing all the people that my daddy liked, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Curtis Blow, that was one of my daddy's favorite rappers, LL Cool J, like you seen all this, and like that was a moment to where like music was just in me. and then like it was like all you can eat. That part right there, dude. That's me all day. That was us, man. I go to buffet, eat everything. And then like even when he liked the girl, look up the skirt and stuff, that was us. But like the little jock would get the girl, whatever. He's sitting there like, damn, I'm fat, pudgy, ugly as shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like the part in school. Adrian made straight A's. But the part where they're doing the peeing and stuff and they got kicked out, that's me and everybody else in our clique. Like, be honest, that was us in the clique. Like, we sitting there beating on, like, not paying attention. I slept in school. So when you talking about you sometimes you didn't show up, dude, I was always late every day. We're Charles, he'll be here eventually. And then when I get there, I slept. So that was that's number 5. Number 4. It's one of my favorite comedian movies of all time. Even my father-in-law, we was talking about the other day. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Oh man, I had just watched that not too long ago.
Hey, that right there, classic. And let me tell you,
that was his first. Yeah,
it was humor, bro. It was humor. Like the thing is, like I go back again. Like we if we're going through something, we'll put that in. And like even like the gold chains and shit like that. Okay, for instance, his mama was really tough, right? That was my mama. My mama was like 6'3", whatever like that. Like she'll beat up somebody real quick. Or like the gold chains, Junebug. But that made it like he was on crack. My uncle doing better now. But that was my uncle right there. That motherfucker was in the house and shit. Man, what's up?
Look, let me ask y'all this real quick. Favorite scene?
I got a lot of them.
That's what I'm telling you. We can only say one. What's your favorite scene?
I don't know, man. That's tough.
For me, it's a toss-up between the Bunyan.
The Bunyan. What was it? I forgot the name of the dude who was the Kung Fu man.
Hey,
Maso Karate, Kung Fu. But like,
come around and go, he's all bloody.
Like that part right there too is like I was into Kung Fu movies a lot, so I was sitting there like I can see myself in him. My other favorite part, Isaac Hayes on them damn guns. You sure you got enough? You can never.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
So, I'm gonna get you, sucker. A parody. What was it a parody of? Was it Original Gangsters?
Nah, Original Gangsters was way after that.
Okay. So, but I will say this: Keenan Ivory Wayans is the one who produced "I'm Going to Get You." So, I think that's what started his whole and then "Don't Be a Menace" turned to a scary movie. That's what, like you don't get "Don't Be a Menace." You don't get scary movie without "I'm Going to Get You, Sucker."
That's facts. Now the thing is, what y'all understand is Marlon Wayans on them was in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is another part. Man, I love this movie. This is real life today. When the dude went in there and he saw that chick, he thought he gonna get some, and she took the hair off, the eyelash. That's these girls today. That's them today, dude. The movie was
transforming.
The movie speaks to the future, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I can't say too much about that movie. But anywho, man, it's like with Jack Spade, it's like, I think that was us. I don't mean no harm. Everybody in the clique, I'm being 100% real. You try to go all hard and stuff, you hear shoot, they shooting. Or like, or you sitting there like, you making like you're a tough guy. And this is my favorite part. And I'll move forward after this. So my brother-in-law, he was in the Air Force, right? So we had a talk with Nick. He always went to the base when he needed to go. I'm thinking he going physical training, working out and shit like that. To where like I'm thinking he getting ready, just in case war something happens. So I asked him one day, I said, "What you do, man? Because you go all the time." He said, "Yeah, man, I go out here, we test samples and we at our desks and stuff." So wait a second. So you mean tell me you don't do no physical stuff? And so my sister-in-law and them was there, and I promise my wife to this day. And I sit there like, so you was a secretary. Boy, they laughed so hard. He was so mad at me. He said, "I'll be damned. This badge is for surfing. This is for truck riding. But anywho, I'll go to the next one. But hey, but that molded my life. Because the thing is, even when I'm not trying to be funny, people say, man, you funny when you think you're not funny. And we get that from the comedy movies, man. Like, dude, it's in us.
That's it, dog. That's all I grew up on. That's it.
It's in us.
Swear.
Get you, sucker.
Man, that my bunion. My fucking big ass.
He said, when you get on my bunion, I shoot both of you. That shit was like, woo, woo. And don't forget about Chris Rock's part.
I was going to break that up too.
Can I get one rib?
I posted that the other day. They did the little baby part. I was rolling. My sister put me on it, but okay. So that's what's that? Because I got excited. That's what number 4.
Yep.
Okay, so that's number 4. Was that number 4? Yeah. So I'd say I'd say Crush Groove. I'm gonna get you, sucker. Okay. Number 3. This is for me, and I put Adrian on this years ago, but I've been on this dude tough. And the movie's so great, Malcolm X, hands down.
Okay.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm, it's a long movie, but Malcolm X is fantastic.
And I'll tell you why. I love it for this reason. And like, I'm not saying that I did all the stuff that Malcolm X did, but we from their environment to where like you can be in bad environments, you can go through some bad stuff, but you can always change yourself to be a better version of yourself.
Yeah.
Malcolm X did that. Another thing that's true, and I'm sorry if I say this, sometimes when you're trying to support your people will turn on you and stab you in your damn back. That's what happened to Malcolm X.
That's fair too.
He got killed at the end because he was getting more exposure, but he's starting to see mess in the circle that wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, with Malcolm, I like Malcolm X because Martin Luther King I respect a lot too. I like Malcolm X, but Malcolm X was more realistic what people was going through, and he can talk about it in a so-called mentality to where people on the lower class had education like Martin Luther King did, they can relate to him more.
His message was different too. His message he wasn't preaching nonviolence. He was preaching, by any means necessary. I'm going to protect my own. If you want to come at me, I bet.
He was like at the beginning. He was like at the beginning. But the thing is, I read his books. That's the thing. He looked inside the organization because we found out that you didn't have to be that way to where they made it white and black. But when he went over to Africa, he seen it was different races and the religion he was in. It made him understand, wait a second, we all need to love each other. So really, he kind of like understood where Martin Luther King was coming from, but they had different ideas. Prime example, where you think Professor Xavier and Magneto came from?
When I read that some years ago.
That they're both basically.
And when you really think about it, it's like I can see the correlations. Like that to me, just even picturing that is a dope concept. Because if you ever go back and watch the original cartoons and stuff and how it starts out, and it's like if you are able to visualize things, you can see where if you look at it, the mutants are minorities, you know what I'm saying? And you see the correlation between it all. So
how one leader chooses to fight and now the other chooses to uphold human rights, even though, like basically turn the other cheek for the most part, like as basically what the X-Men were doing. And Magneto and his mutant brotherhood's like, nah, man, we want mutants, not supremacy, but at this point, bro, we got to worry about our home. So
gotcha.
It was definitely an allegory for the civil rights movement.
Yeah, but that movie, Malcolm X molded me. I knew about Malcolm X, and when I started getting really big into the Black history and everything I didn't know, and I used to say the N-word a lot when I was younger. When we grew up, I said N-word a lot. And I went to college and I took an American Studies class, but I went deep into it. They want me to make it my minor, but I couldn't change it. And I went to a retreat and I met a civil rights person. And he told me, do you say the N-word? And I said, yeah. He said, why you say it? he just questioned me and challenged me. I think you need to look up why you say it. And ever since then, this is just me. I don't say the word at all.
I try to be mindful when I have conversations with you because I know you don't like the word, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not gonna push back on it or challenge it because maybe
Mhm.
as a whole, maybe we do need to do away with it. But it's just one of them things where it's like you learn at such an early age, and you think that that's just common vocabulary to where you just nonchalant just throw it around, and
Yeah,
it's embedded in your mind to where it becomes just a natural
It's,
part of
it's
your.
it's become a term of endearment towards
I I
black.
see what people say that, but honestly, with me, man, it's like to me endearment. But to me, when I was outside looking in, society's laughing at us to where like, dang, they think that's endearment. But look what y'all do with it, and look at the stuff. You know, we throw all this stuff on y'all, media, clothes, whatever, and basically reshackling y'all without y'all even knowing it. And so that's how I see it. To where like when I start saying the N word, it took me years, bro. Like I had to really like stop myself from saying it. And that's just me. I'm not putting on nobody else. Like everybody got their own different beliefs, and that's
I
what
Yeah,
understand,
yeah. I
but
feel
it's like
we code switch a lot though too though. So we have that where because we all work in industries where we have to. I know me and you on the phone,
yeah,
and we work around people and we can't use that word. And honestly, if I'm not around people that I know and trust, I don't use it. And that's
right.
just how it is. It's just like I said,
You got to know your
that
environment.
ability to the code switch and make sure that
yeah.
and you gotta be able to because I don't get upset when I see other people when I hear other people use that word like derogatory because I know they're trying to push their buttons and trying to get a reaction out of you. And that's the whole purpose of them using that. Call me like I've had it all the time where I've had individuals who I have to release from assignment for X, Y, and Z reasons. And I get called, you fucking, and like that's not gonna hurt my feelings, bro. Cause I know that you're only saying this because I just ended your job. You're trying to get a reaction out of me. I
Mhm.
think that we as black people have to understand that and maybe not become so reactive when we hear that word because at the end of the day, we can't allow words to influence our, make a physical response that could potentially get us thrown in jail, things like
I,
that.
yeah, it just to me that's an ultimate battle. That when I say like the community to come together, we need to change some things. Strong believe that's one of them because that's a battle that needs to be won. And that's just how I think about. But Malcolm X is really, really special in my heart. I'll never get tired of that movie because I look at it all the time. I look at it every year for Black History Month. I look at
Yeah.
a lot of like movies and I look at it and dissect it because I always learn something new every time. Because the older I get, the more I experience. So I like to go back and see the movie
Right.
and read the book. But
So let me ask y'all this real quick because it's like I hear your reasoning, I hear your reasoning, and for me, it's like as much music that I consume,
Hmm.
and I like trap music. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear it so frequently, and it's like if I'm in my car and I'm sitting there rapping the lyrics and doing this and doing that, and it's like it just becomes a
Normal. Yeah,
norm.
yeah. It's just something that
But
happens.
like I said, you know for yourself when I'm on the phone with you, even if I say it, I'll apologize. I'll catch myself like, damn, man, my bad. I know you don't like that word. And I catch myself, but it's like you hear it so much to where it just you downplay it. So I get it though. I get it though. Good stuff, man.
all right, number two, and we all like this. And I'm gonna explain my parts and like, Lord forgive me for everybody when I bring this stuff up. The wood is number two. And the reason why is a couple parts in there to where like, your hormones going up when he got a little woody. He had to stand up from the class and like he had to the class over there. Hey, many times in high school and grade school, you see the girls come in, we just see little legs and stuff. And like I said, oh man. I like the part where he got in there and like he saw the girl first time. I can think of a girl like Adrian know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
Oh man, dude, I was shook, boy. And then, boy, she broke my heart. But yeah, that the part when the fighting. Now, it wasn't a fight like they say, but Adrian know what I'm talking about. We had a dude in our grade who flunked a couple grades, right? He was bigger than us. So I remember one time I'm trying to stand up for somebody. I'm in the classroom. I push it, the dude pushed me. I went flying across the room. Got up. I said, man, he gonna fuck me up. I said, but one day we was outside, me and my other friend growing up. He tried to get on to Adrian. Now Adrian was bigger than us back then. Adrian had like 3 inch, like he had a height difference on us, big and everything. So the dude comes in, so come on. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, man, it's gonna be the fight of the century. King Kong versus Godzilla. This dude's he was scared as crazy.
I was scared out of my damn mind.
Yep.
But you not me. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. My bad.
Go ahead. I want you to explain this part.
So you know how, or at least I don't know. I'm asking y'all. He just said I was bigger than everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So with that comes some level of intimidation. People didn't want to mess with you because you was bigger than everybody. You kind of this big figure. The person he talking about, he was bigger than me. So he's mad. I saw him punch a brick wall. Like with everything he had, he punched it. And he's so ramped up to where he's like, come on.
Nah, I'm cool.
Bruh. And I was like,
yeah,
you don't want to look like a punk. So you got to play this little tough act, man. Whatever. Do. I slowly made my ass roll down that damn hill and went home. I was like, nah. I was like, nope, that ain't happening.
And then the part where like they have the money and stuff and like trying to get, first time. And I can say me, Adrian, our other friend on here, he know what I'm talking about. So they got theirs first. They just come in number 2, number 3, number 15. Like all this shit. And so I'm sitting there like, I'm getting close and close. And it got to the point I related to the character in the movie. Because when I finally got mine, I got mine outside on the trailer on the porch. And let me tell you, I didn't last long at all, just like he did. Wasn't expecting nothing. He gonna keep it 100 on here. I'm just being real. But the thing is, like,
is that it?
Yep.
Yes, no.
And then you have a condo. We didn't know what we were doing. They go get a brown bag. We didn't know.
What I say the other day.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
I just told them
we were just talking about that too.
Man.
We all had those brown bag Conicals.
Yep. So the thing is, though, when I got mine, I didn't tell AD enough for a while. I didn't brag about it. I said, what for?
Oh,
I got mine.
Oh, yeah. Big Mike.
Yeah,
you Big Mike. Oh, okay.
Mac and hanging.
That's how I was. Big Mike. I'm sitting there. I'm low key with mine. You get what I'm saying? But the wood is a childhood thing, man, where like we did some crazy crap. I ain't gonna lie. We did some bad crap. To
That's
where
what I'm
like
telling you, dog.
So, okay, because this has actually happened to me. The scene where you get pulled over and they make you all get out of the car.
That happened too.
like I feel like we all have a story where either we've been pulled over by the police and either it's been, you fit the description or yada, yada, yada. But I feel like, especially as a Black American, this happened to me a lot more. And it reminds me of that, me being pulled out one time at gunpoint, one time just, by the police.
It's that part. There was another part to where we got shooken up at the church down the corner. I thought my person gonna kill me. Pierre sitting there talking mess. Please God, let's go call me. And then it was so many gems in that movie, man. So many gems. Even the part where like the dude gave him a ride and he talking to him in his low rider. I know there's a lot of people who selling drugs in my town, and I'll be walking to work. I just work at Greg's. And they will pick me up in their car and they'll tell me, "Hey man, keep on doing what you're doing, this and that." And it made me feel good to where like I knew that I couldn't do something Adrian was doing, but they looked at me like, nah, man, you on the right path. Keep on doing what you're doing. They give me a ride to school. They give me all this. And honestly, I respected that from them, especially like some of my family who sold drugs and shit. But it's like, I can't speak for Adrian, but they kind of looked out for us. I know I felt that way sometimes. They looked out for us. And so I like that too. And then it showed too the part where like the dude was crying in the back. We knew a couple people like I said before, where they try all hard and shit, but like, I don't want to go to jail.
Sit your crybaby ass in the back, or get your ass beat.
Man, good
like,
stuff.
Yeah. So number one.
Yeah, what's your number one? I gotta hear this. This is
number one is I can't get enough of it. I ain't told my wife about it. I said, what's my favorite movie? And she named it off the rip. And she said,
Last Dragon.
No.
Oh wow.
And she said, when I saw the movie, you put me on it. It reminded me so much of you. And she said, I can see how that's your movie. Rocky.
Oh,
what do you say?
Rocky.
The first Rocky?
The first one.
Oh, okay.
That's a curveball. I wasn't expecting that.
No, I was not.
I looked into Rocky because my wife said it too. Rocky had to start from the bottom. Rocky had a lot of bad luck. Rocky had to do things to get by in his environment. But Rocky still had that good chip on his shoulder. So when he got his chance to fight Apollo, he sit there like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to embarrass myself. I don't know if I can do this. And he was nervous about it, just like how I am nervous about my life, going different places I did. I said, I don't know if I can do this. And he talked funny and everything. They talking about, you a bum. You this and that. You ain't gonna amount to shit. I heard that going on. And so to me, it's like, when he found Adrian, it's like, they was meant to be with each other. To where, like, he tried to get Adrian, trust me, I'm a good guy. I'm really gonna take care of you. And it was like that for my wife at first too. But the part that got me with Rocky, when he couldn't sleep, and he went to the ring that night, and he saw his picture and stuff, and he went back and said, I can't beat him. But one thing I can say, all I want to do is go the distance to show I'm not another loser in the neighborhood. That hit me hard. That hit me hard. From Clinton, Kentucky, where we are from, I want people to know that I'm not going to be another stat. And when he fought Apollo, the reason why he broke Apollo down and where he wanted Rocky to, because Apollo threw everything at him and he still came forward. That's life. When life hits you so many times, you get back up with your faith with God, you will pull through. You don't know what's going to happen, but you will pull through. Rocky won from that match, even though he lost, he won. And because when they fought again, he took that away from Apollo. And it set him up to riches, but not just that though. Even when he lost everything, he still had his character and his heart, and that's what matters with human beings on this earth. Rocky is my favorite movie of all time because I still live through that and I still relate to Rocky. That's my number one.
Good stuff. Then look, this worked out great because they'll say the best for last.
Yeah,
I got emotion.
What you can say after that? Yeah,
I got emotional after that. But like,
I will say this, and you mentioned this when you first started, and it's important that you know, mental health and seeing a therapist. I salute you for doing that because I've reached out to my health insurance people to see if I'm qualified for that, and I am qualified to.
Yeah, most insurances.
So
that's
what
my
next step is to try and find me the right therapist for me. Just because I don't have kids and I'm not married or anything, but I have my issues. I'm going through them every day, and I just want to make sure that I have someone I can speak to who's it's an unbiased opinion, because I can have these conversations with family and friends and stuff, but at the end of the day, there's going to be a certain level of bias that comes from that, and it's like you don't want to have that with them. You don't want them to know something about you because now they might try to hold that over you because it's happened in the past. So salute for you for making that choice to seek that.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough for me, but I needed to do it because it runs in my family. So I said, though, like when I was going through it, you hold that crap in, man. One family member of mine made me open my eyes up, and I did it for myself. But it's a constant struggle, man. I mean, we can go in deep, Adrian, know, but like I share that, and like everything I do now, even my music, everything, I share what I go through. Like I don't hide nothing. Even when I said about Charlie Brown, like the song I did, I ain't trying to get on this, but when I did Charlie Brown, that was my life. Like everything I spoke about is my life. People didn't get it, but it goes back to what I saw growing up as a kid that shaped me. And to me, it's like with Rocky, dude, it's so many parts. Like even the part where people didn't give him no leeway, nobody paid attention to him when he got it. Even when the coach came through, when Mick came through. Why you ain't help me years ago when I really needed it? You like my house? It stinks in here. It stinks. I hate my life like it is. And he had to break that wall down to where, like, during this opportunity, I'm going to need the help because pride almost got in his way. And he didn't let it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's like that movie I look at over and over again, and I never get tired of it. Even when we see Rocky, when Rocky Balboa, he said, it doesn't matter how many times you get hit, it's how much you keep moving forward. When he told his son, you letting them tell you how to dictate you. This is your life. But you can't blame nobody else. You got to take the risks and roll with the punches. That's how winning is done. We're too busy today where everybody want to look at stuff online that's faking stuff, your money and crap like that. That don't make you a winner, bro. They bring out a bigger loser in you when you don't even know it.
So I told you that it's dope how all of this is shaping up, and then like I said, we'll wrap it up. We've been on here for what, an hour, 45 minutes. Like it really took me going through that last year to understand that money is not the answer. Like you think money's gonna make you happy, you think money's gonna make everything just be all right, and it's like, bruh, I really touched a significant amount of money, to some people life-changing money, and then I just blew through it.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't fix nothing. I was like, if anything, hell, I almost feel worse off now that I'm on the other side looking at it. Because when you think about all this in hindsight, and it's like, bro, I'm going on trips, blowing money, going in the store, telling the kids, pick this up, pick that up, do this and do that, because I was really under the impression that this is just going to keep going. This is just going to keep happening. And then when it slowed down and you realize that that ain't the reality, mentally, I just hit a funk, and I was just like, "What the fuck has happened?"
Mm-hmm.
So no, I understand it, bro. I understand it.
Is it, man? That movie is so deep. Like even the part where I told you, like when people who did what they need to do and they pick you up and they give you encouragement, they make sure that you go to the place you need to go. Even Rocky with his mob boss, knew how good he was. What did he do when he went to training? Here's $1,000. I don't want it back. I think luck is in your corner this time. I want to be there ringside. Like, I don't know, man. It's so more gems in Rocky, man. I can't explain it. Like, I sit there like,
we've seen it multiple times, but like Rocky, I think the entire Rocky series is by far one of the greatest film series of all time. Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3.
4 is my favorite.
4, I think. Don't get me wrong. I love him going over and fighting Ivan Drago, but him losing in the way he lost.
Rocky 3 was a good one because like he didn't know how he was gonna bounce back.
Exactly. Like he admitted to himself that he was scared. And a lot of us black men, especially, we have this where we have to put on this persona where we're tough and we're all. And honestly, bro, we have our moments of weakness, but we can't allow people to. I guess we don't portray that because it makes us look week in front of eyes of
Told
family and
you,
friends
look,
and
he
stuff
just
like
said
that.
it, bro.
Yeah.
We after school. Come on. Nah, nope. I'm gone. Going home.
It's like
I ain't
even
fighting
like
you, motherfucker.
yeah, even Adrian in Rocky 3, she told him like it's okay to be afraid. It's cool to do this. She had to break him down because he said, I don't want to lose what I got because he went from the bottom and he's there. He said, I don't want to lose what I got. But at the same time, she said, you have to take this fight because if you don't, you'll always second guess yourself. And it's anything you do in life. If it's something you want to do it. Excuse my language. Fuck what everybody else say. If people don't support you, fuck them. If you know that God's telling you to do it and you got people in your corner, then you do it. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to second guess yourself, dang, why didn't you pursue this?
Yeah.
House Party 3, Bernie Mac.
That's where we gonna leave it at. That's where we leaving it at right there.
House Party
A
3,
good positive
Bernie Mac.
message.
Yeah. If people don't like it, fuck them.
That's where we stopping at, dog. Dope conversation, man. Like
Stuff.
I'm telling y'all right now. I'm looking at you and Chuck. I'm looking at you online. I really appreciate y'all taking the time to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because literally my wheels was turning the other night, and for whatever reason, insomniac, whatever the term is, like I stay up late a lot now.
Yeah.
And the house is everybody sleep. So I'm just sitting up, and half the time you looking at nonsense or you scrolling on your phone. But here of late, I just been sitting back watching these movies, and it put me in such a great mood. And I was just like, I gotta talk about this. I gotta talk about it. And like I said, more so just from the mental health space of it all. We dive deep into a lot of these movies and talked about scenes and personalize it and things like that. But it was just like, for me, just sitting here going down memory lane and reminiscing on my childhood and how it shaped me into who I am now. And just trying to get that feeling back to remember that there was a point in time where, bro, we was happy and excited about everything. We wasn't sitting here thinking about how hard life is and what's my next move gonna be. Like, we walked around carefree, and sometimes we got to get back to that. Quit stressing about shit so damn much, because if you don't have the answers at this moment, you're gonna kill yourself trying to figure out the answers way down the road.
That's so true, man. I think, especially for me, man, because I'm not, you see it all the time. I post it, politics and stuff. I can't help it. That's just me. And I find myself like doom scrolling. Like, you just go in there and you just see negative. To the point where I end up having to delete my Twitter page. I deleted from my not a Twitter page, but I deleted the app from my phone just because it was causing me nothing but anxiety and things like that. Because it's nothing but negativity, and I think that we just have to. I think social media fosters that that negative aspect of society where you'll see on your algorithm set up to see nothing but bad things.
Fact.
And movies allow us to get away from that and put us into an environment where we're able to just sit down, phone is off, you're not worried about anything else but that movie right there, and then gives you that opportunity to be like, oh my God, this is back when I was a kid,
Right.
just like we said, back when I was a kid again, back in the day.
Facts.
Yeah. So
good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this before I get off here. I'm gonna give you an open invitation to come back to sit down and talk, because you made a post a while back and I commented on it in terms of people like myself who say, I'm just gonna put my blinders up to what's going on in the world right now and pretend like it don't exist. And at that particular moment in time, I said, man, I got to focus on my family. I got to focus on these kids and what I need to do. And I was like, man, I'm not worried about what's going on in the White House. 4 years. I'm telling myself, 4 years and it'll be over. And I want you to come back and educate me and catch me up to speed, because it wasn't until the other week when I saw all this stuff that was going on in Minnesota,
Mhm.
to where I was just like, nah, bro, you tripping. I'm reading headlines where they're trying to pass bills and things where it's like you're allowed to go door to door.
Mhm.
I can go in somebody's house, I can stop somebody and make them get out of their car. You better show me this and show me that. And I'm not doing this to go on no political rant, but I saw a post and it was a comment and it really hit home for me. And the comment said, maybe y'all understand why Anne Frank was in the attic.
Mhm.
And when I read that, and then you see the videos and things of what's going on, and it really made me think about that time period. And you started comparing and you started seeing the similarities in their speeches.
Mhm.
And I saw the thing with the podium, and it's like, nah, bro,
Yeah,
this ain't something that we just supposed to turn a blind eye to because it's getting scary now.
yeah, I have no problems coming back and speaking on just because it's something that I pay a lot of attention to, just because I don't think that enough of my family and friends are making a much of a big deal as they should. We
Mhm.
are. It's the reaction that I'm seeing is it's underwhelming. Like, civil liberties are being trampled on. We have a president who is acting way beyond um, what his powers should have been, and you have an administration and a base that is enabling him
Facts.
to make these decisions that are ultimately making lives for all Americans much harder, not just in the immediate future, but decades later. And it's like, unless fuckers wake up, and I don't mean to cuss, but this gets me going. Unless people open their eyes and wake up to see what's going on, and not allow them to be distracted with things like the Diddy documentaries and what was the latest one we had? What was or I don't even want to. I don't want to call you out or anything, but you had an argument, and I seen there's a lot of people posting on it. The Corey Holcomb, but we see with these
Yeah.
celebrities will have these arguments and things like that, and that garners more attention than on Facebook and social media. Then I see where individuals, for example, this young lady Renee Good was shot in the face 4 times by an ICE officer who has no big stuff like that. It's like we don't see people reacting to the level that they should.
Right. And that's why I said I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole to make it all political and stuff like that, because we can save it for a whole nother episode. But I'm saying that when I saw that, and then I saw them say that it was an act of self-defense, and then you see them say, oh, well, he had internal bleeding, and I'm like, from what?
And then it comes out. See, it came out originally. CBS News stated that he had internal bleeding, and then it came out later that evening or the following day that report was not 100% accurate. So it's like now you have CBS News, who has just became a talking point for the Trump administration with the new editor in chief. Now they're posting this type of propaganda, and it's like it's so scary the times that we are in. And it's only 2026, and this man is supposed to be the president for at least the next 2 to 3 years. It's like it's just nasty.
That's why I'm saying
so
that
we can definitely talk about this more, because
we'll leave it alone. I just wanted to highlight that while you sitting there, because I was like, that's something that me and you kind of went back and forth on. And I said that I was like, man, I'm focused on making sure I got what I need in life to take care of my family.
Yeah.
But then when you really, really look under the layers, and it's like, shit,
it's hard.
The way we going at this rate,
am I going to be able to take care of my
family?
Yeah. Hell, we might be at war with some of these countries. You see what's going on in Greenland. You see what's going on. Like, we're kidnapping presidents.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, what type of society is going to allow that? If Obama did this, if President Obama did this, the entire right-wing political apparatus would have. Oh my God! So it's like, come on, man.
But anywho, like I
but
said,
yeah,
good stuff.
I'll definitely come back. appreciate you for having us.
Appreciate you, Charlie. Appreciate you, man. Like I said, I reached out to you as well directly because you know some of the conversations and stuff that you and I have had, and I'm like, man, maybe this will lighten the mood up. If it's just for 2 hours, we've been on here for 2 hours, 2 hours of just sitting back, chilling, no rush, no nothing, good conversations. That's what my podcast for this moment is geared towards.
Yeah.
Just good, healthy conversation, man. That's it.
Appreciate you having me on, man.
So y'all be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend, and we are out.
Ass toasted, no competition. Amisha coasting. I feel so high, I feel so live. My body's in the twine. Amisha coasting. I feel so live, and I know why. That I can't deny. Amisha coasting. Goody, fine wine, fools, malt liquor. Wish me I'm high class.